awareness to your breathing and allow your breaths to slow and deepen just gradually and gently. Make sure you're comfortable whether you're sitting or laying. Allow your eyes to close. And then imagine in front of you a beautiful mountain. Maybe it has snow on top, or maybe not. Maybe it's covered in forest trees, or maybe something else. However you want to picture this mountain is fine. Notice the shapes and the colours. And then as you're appreciating the wonderful mountain, notice there's a pathway at the base of the mountain. And allow yourself to move towards the mountain and onto the start of the pathway. Notice how the ground feels under your feet. Notice the textures and colours of the grass and the plants and the trees around you. Maybe there's a fragrance in the air. Maybe you can hear the birds or the gentle breeze through the leaves. As you enjoy and appreciate the surroundings, you can feel the welcoming call of the mountain. You can sense that it wants you to climb it. It feels warm and inviting, so you begin to gently walk the pathway up the mountain. It's a gentle, gradual path, and you can move at your own pace, safe and confident. As you move along your path gradually higher and higher, you notice up ahead an animal is waiting for you. It looks kind and friendly, safe, and almost like you know them already. You can feel them welcoming you closer. As you come near and meet this animal, you can sense that it's here to guide you, to show you something. Your animal guide slowly turns and begins walking up the mountain path ahead of you, and you happily follow. You notice again and appreciate all of the wonderful flowers, trees and colours, and animals you see as you gradually move along the path, gently climbing higher and higher up the mountain. You know that you can stop to rest anytime you want to, and at some point you finally begin to see the mountain summit up ahead in the distance. Even though it feels like you've only been walking for a short time, you realize you've already climbed most of the mountain. As you keep walking, you draw nearer and nearer to the mountain summit. You can see that it's a welcoming area with shelter, rocks to sit on, and you can see a small spring of clear water gently rising out of the rocks and trickling down the mountainside. Your animal guide leads you to a rock to sit on and rest. It's unusually comfortable, and it feels like it's shaped to fit you perfectly. The rock feels warm, so it's been heated by the sun. As the clouds around you start to clear, you begin to see the view from the top of this mountain as you rest on your rock. You can see for miles and miles. This is what your guide brought you here to see. You notice the perspective and how small everything looks when you're up so high. It makes you feel big and strong, safe and protected. And all the tiny worries and troubles of the everyday world seem small and far away, far beneath you on this beautiful mountain. As you enjoy the view, you realize that you can bring yourself up here anytime you like. This is your mountain. You can come here anytime you want to find perspective and see the bigger picture. Anytime you want to get some distance from the problems and stresses of everyday life, you can come here where the air is fresh and pure, the mountain spring water is clean and rejuvenating, and you can see things for what they are. Take a few moments to enjoy this view and this awareness for a little while longer. And now you decide it's time to start heading back down the mountain, gently and slowly. So you take one last look at the view and say thank you and goodbye to your animal guide, reminding yourself that you can return here anytime you like. You begin walking down the pathway once more, noticing again all the amazing flowers, colours, fragrances and textures around you. You can feel that familiar feeling under your feet again as you move along the pathway, slowly lowering gently towards ground level. You can still feel the gratitude and appreciation from the mountain peak, and you can still remember the perspective you had up there and how wide and vast your viewpoint was. As you walk, you can see in the distance the place you started from, the grassy ground and the warm, welcoming trees. You keep moving towards that starting point, and gradually and slowly you eventually reach the place you started. You notice the familiar colours and shapes around you, the trees and plants you remember from before. Maybe there's that familiar fragrance again, or maybe there's a taste on the gentle breeze. You look back up at the mountain you just returned from with gratitude and love. And you remind yourself that this is your mountain. It's here for you, and you can go there whenever you like. You remind yourself of what it taught you, what you realized when you were up there at the peak. You are taking this learning with you. And now gently bring your awareness once again to your breathing as you slowly and gently allow your breaths to deepen and slow down just a little bit. Feel the ground under your feet once again. Remind yourself of the room you're sat in. Feel your body pressed against the surface you're on. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and take a stretch.